three events that are important to be observed this day. One is Friendship Day. The newspapers highlighted this day as the Friendship Day. What does Baba say about friendship? He often tells students repeatedly, who is a friend? He tells students, so-and-so is your friend, so long you have money in your pocket. Agordhan is Bigitskas. So long you have money and father in position. So long your father in position, and Swami in the same tone says, when once the pocket is empty and father retires, the same friend won't say even goodbye. That sort of friendships we have. The political friendships we know, friends in the morning, evening, worst of the enemies. We also know friendships in financial, commercial circles. They sail together until the other man gains confidence that he can manage independently, to start on his own. That's not friendship at all. How does Swami define it? One day he was talking to students and said, friendship in Sanskrit is Maitri. Maitri. See Swami, how does it? My, relating to me, three periods of time, past, present and future. The one who would remain with you, the past, present and future. All the 3 periods of time, my 3. And he is the friend, that is the friendship. On another occasion, talking to students, it said, God is the only friend. God is the only friend, no one else. Because other friends may desert you sometime or other. And other friends will be outside. You may be meeting them for some time in the course of the day, and you may not be able to meet them. But this friend who is within you is always with you. So Maitri, God is the best friend. To illustrate this, I don't know whether I shared this previously, but it's worth remembering that. There's one leading businessman in Vijayawada, very close to Guntur, the present capital. Very leading businessman, tire factory. He has got in his factory about 2 crores worth of tires. He is my best friend, Mr. Lakshmi Kanta Rao, who is no more. Sir also knows him. And the factory, they have got stock worth about 2 crores. But it so happened, because of political unrest at that time, the whole godown is set on fire. All the tires are reduced to ashes, finished. And this man came all the way to Puttaparthi. And Swami did not talk to him. Second day, Swami did not look at him. Third day, darshan cancelled. So he is left with no other option than to cry bitterly. Well, he came to me, what can we do, Anil Kumar? I say, sir, I can join in chorus and cry with you, sympathetically, but nobody can help. That evening, Swami stood in front of him and said, you know why I did not talk? I want you to settle down. If I talk to you the very moment you landed here, you'll burst like gas cylinder. I want you to settle down. And he gave him Padanamaskar, you go home. I will take care of it. And this Lakshmi Kanta Rao, in tears in his eyes, he tells me, by the time he returns home, all matters are settled after 4 or 5 days. And the insurance company came with promised amount. And now he said, I'm fine, sir. And immediately came again to thank Swami. Swami, thank you very much. And it is at that time that Lakshmi Kanta Rao told me, Mr. Anil Kumar, I helped everybody in my family. Most of the people received help from me. but nobody turned up in times of need. I stood all alone, but Baba helped me. And this is sentence he said, Baba is the only friend. So on this friendship day, we have to remember that God is the only friend, no one else. The other kinds of friendships are contractual, temporary. It is just for a mutual deal, for a mutual support on silly grounds. But God, being a friend, no condition, no iota of selfishness whatsoever. Today is the friendship day. The second, even today is National Mathematics Day. National Mathematics Day. Ramanujam, in memory of Ramanujam. Mathematics Day. How am I to link with the Mathematics Day? Mathematics brings to our notice problems. But life is not a problem to be solved. Life is not a problem, but life is an adventure. Life is an adventure. You have to explore. You have to experiment. You have to excavate. You have to travel all alone by yourself. It is not a problem, but it's an adventure that one has to undertake for one's own self. And then we may also feel, some say that life is a question. Life is not a question. Life is a challenge. It is not a problem, but an adventure. And it is not a question, but a challenge. When you face a challenge, there is no way to escape. You have to face some way or other. That's why Bhagavan says, life is a challenge, meet it. You should be prepared to meet the challenges of life. If we just go through the biography of Bhagavan, right from his childhood, you'll understand innumerable challenges he faced. Threat to his life, many times. And even after later, many things happened. We'll have some other occasion to discuss on this topic. More challenges he faced every time, every challenge resulted in many more devotees coming to him. Many more devotees, thousands of devotees coming to him. So every challenge turned to be positive in Bhagavan's life. So my friends, we have to take life as a challenge, prepared to meet it. And we should not consider their problems. Problems are bound to be there. But a problem should not be problematic. And I should not be problematic to anybody. We should be ready to take this as an adventure. And I would also bring to your attention, my friends, there are many that believe that life is an accident. Life is not an accident, no. The materialists may say that. Atheists may say that. It is not an accident. Life is an unfoldment of that which is hidden, that which is latent, that which is immanent within you has to unfold itself within the lifespan. So life is not an accident. We should never consider like that. One example these are all from Swami's discourses. One example is this. Here is an ocean and the waves. We enjoy both. Waves are so beautiful to look at, and the foam, and the sunshine, and the waves up and down, so nice to watch. And there in the deep sea, the silence and tranquility. Silence in the sea and the tranquility there are as interesting as the waves, the turbulent waves, disturbing waves, the winds, both are interesting. In Sai path, both are important. Both are important in the sense, the material and the spiritual. Let us not think that material is immaterial. Certainly not. The material and the spiritual. In other words, lead your material life with spiritual goal. With spiritual goal. Root is the material life, fruit is the spiritual goal. The root without fruit is useless. And similarly, you cannot expect anything like fruit without roots. And mere roots without fruits, well, just useful for firewood, that's all. Therefore, for the tree of life, roots and fruits go together. Life on earth and life thereafter are equally important. The spiritual goals and the material life belong to the same tree of life. This I would like to bring to your attention this morning. And many people say that after all, what is life? Life is time. And the time comprises moments, sequence of moments, one moment after another moment. They pass. No, sir, something more than that. Every moment will remind us that it leads to eternity. Eternity lies in every moment. Every moment stands for eternity. It is not momentary. It is not simply one that passes like that. So our view of life is quite different from the ordinary perspective. And in the same breath, I would also bring to your attention another point. I don't know how many would agree with me. You are welcome to disagree. Spirituality does not mean seriousness. Seriousness is sickness. It is not religion. I never saw Swami serious. I never saw. Though I know him for the last 45 years at least. Saw him in close quarters. Always smile. Always in blissful face. Blissful state. He smiles and makes you smile. The fellows who come here full of problems, the moment they watch Swami, they begin to smile. Why? He does not know why he smiles. Bliss is God. Nobody said misery is God. Nobody said torture is God. Bliss is God. Laughter is God. Ecstasy is God. Let us rejoice. Swami said at one time, while walking in darshan lines, I don't want to look at the castor oil faces. I don't want to pass by that line at all with serious faces, he said. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to rejoice. He wants us to enjoy blissful smile. That is the celebration of life. Life is a festival. Life is a celebration. Is not the one of seriousness. That is to be borne in mind. But at the same time, it does not mean that we are not alert. While we enjoy life, we are alert. While we enjoy the blissful state, we are aware. So on one side, you are alert, aware, and awake. You are wakeful. You are ever aware and alert. So the combination of alertness, of being aware, of being awake, while being at the same time, smile, ecstatic, laugh. In other words, life is synthesis. They are not opposites. They go together. We cannot say, be serious if you are a religious man. No, they go together, both. Well, something like this. Day and night, they are not opposite. Absence of darkness is light, that's all. Absence of darkness is light. Likewise, life is synthesis, both on earth and thereafter. It is a one of getting into the depth of the meaning of life, understanding the purpose of life, while at the same time enjoy life, appreciate the beauty of life. So life is synthesis. In that way, life is an unfoldment. That's what I brought your attention in the beginning. Life is not an accident, it is an unfoldment. My friends, it's also essential for us to know that it is the essence that precedes existence. While many believe that it is the existence that precedes essence, no. It is the essence that precedes. How? Simple example. Tree contains within it, a seed contains within it the tree. When seed is sown, well, it germinates, it sprouts, grows into a gigantic tree. Where does the tree come from? The tree is there within the seed. Likewise, essence is there within the seed. Existence is just the seed that what you see from outside. Therefore, essence precedes the existence. In other words, the divinity is the essence behind our existence in our lifetime. In our lifetime, it is existence. But at the same time, basically, essentially, we are divine, as Bhagavan tells us. The essential man, what people call it, Adhara Manushya. Adhara Manushya, the essential man, will recognize the essence and the existence at the same time. We enjoy the dewdrops on the lotus leaf. We enjoy sunrise every morning. Nobody would say, oh, well, I saw sunrise yesterday. After all, it is his duty, let him do his job. We don't say that. We get thrilled and excited to watch sunrise every morning. We are very much excited to see a blossoming flower. What does it mean? That life is not repetitive. Life is not monotonous. Life is not boredom. Life is creative. Life is interesting. Life is a mystery. It's a mystery. Behind this mystery lies the beauty. Therefore, it's our duty to live to the moment. Unfortunately, we make our lives mechanical. I go for bhajan mechanically. I go for Nagar Sankirtan mechanically. When anything becomes mechanical, a routine, monotonous, it is boredom. But life is not meant for that. Every moment has got to be creative. Every moment has got to be joyful. Something worth spending, worth living. What I want to let you know is, we may pray, but yet the prayer is different from person to person, depending upon our mental state. When you are joyful, the kind of prayer you offer is different from when you are out of moods. When you are a deep problem, your prayer is different. So prayers are not mechanical. Prayers not repetitive. Prayers are not programmed. We have got my own prayer, depending upon my needs, my mental state. Therefore, that prayers have got to be creative. Scriptural meanings have got to be creative. That's what all that we read in our childhood. When we read once again, they convey a different meaning today. All the poems that we read in childhood, which we got them by heart in those days, because of the pressure from the teachers, we just got by heart and get through the examination. But today, after 50 years, we find different dimension, depth today. Therefore, when once we understand that life is not a ritual, let us understand. I'm an individual, but not a ritual. Rituals are monotonous. Rituals are repetitive. But how does Baba manage? He managed ritual and spiritual together. During Dasara celebrations, you find rituals, yajna there, ritual. In the evening, he explains the meaning, the significance, everything that takes place there. In other words, we are to be ritual and spiritual at the same time. We cannot be simply ritualistic, lopsided. It's only half truth. We have to understand the spiritual depth also, ritual and spiritual. When once we understand it, we live to the message that Bhagavan conveys. We live to the message, be that. If you ask anybody, what do you want to be? I want to be an engineer. What do you want to be? I want to be a doctor. What do you want to be? Well, we are after this, what I want to be. That is out of question in spirituality. You are not going to be. No, you are already that tattvamasi, that thou art. Because if you are going to be that, you may not be day after tomorrow. You get something today and you may miss it tomorrow altogether. That's not to be acquired and lost subsequently. That what you are, what you have been, that you will continue to be. Therefore, this kind of awareness that I am not going to become anything. Spirituality is not becoming, but being. It is being, but not becoming. Being, the existence, has always been there. Life is just a river that flows continuously, incessantly. Our life is also like that. Therefore, my friends, we have to prepare ourselves for this kind of challenge. The first, how to prepare, we have got to be affirmative, positive. Yes, something will happen. We should never be negative. Something good will happen. Always hope for the best. A positive mind will say yes. A negative mind says no. Spirituality is life affirmative. Spirituality is never life negative. So let us understand what positivity is, the need to be positive in our life. Swami gives a number of examples. Don't worry that you don't have a car. Be happy you have got 2 legs to walk. Don't worry that you don't have big mansion, big building. But be happy that you have got some shade also, beneath which you can live. Don't worry that scorpion has bitten you. No, be happy that you are not bitten by a snake. Don't worry that snake has bitten you. Don't worry. Be happy that you are still alive. This is what we call positive approach. No need to be negative at any point of time. That's what we call prepare yourself. Prashantinarayam and the wonderful ambience and an excellent ideal spiritual activity given to us by Bhagavan prepares each and every one of us for such a state of equanimity, for awareness. These are golden moments. Our life in Prashantilayam, life with Swami, they are golden moments indeed. The golden moments, I mean, not putting others to trouble. Sadist, no. Not troubling yourself, masochist, not either. Masochism or sadism, well, is not a golden moment at all. Be happy, be happy, be happy. Swami says, be happy, be happy, be happy thrice. What do you mean? Be happy unto yourself. Make others happy. When both of you are happy, Swami is ultimately happy. That's what he meant. The golden moments are those precious moments when we are happy within ourselves and make everybody around us equally happy. That's what it is. It's also appropriate to know that flower is God, seed is our life. Seed is our life. That has to flower the divinity within us. That is a golden moment. That's a true way of spending life in an ashram, for blossoming of one's own personality, for the unfoldment of one's own divinity is the very purpose of spending time in an ashram. As Baba puts it, ashram is a place where you are not supposed to have srama. Srama means exertion, strain, stress. A place where you are not stressful, where you don't strain yourself. Srama. Where you never get tired. That is ashrama. That's what ashram is. That kind of life, and once we spend, then we can say we are ashramites. That we stay here, then only we are justified to call ourselves. Well, how do I know? There should be a kind of transformation, transmutation, transfiguration. Transformation, transmutation, transfiguration. As you find in the lives of Mira, as you find in the life of Chagaraj, Ramdas, a total change altogether, who are not ruffled, who are not bothered about bumps and jumps in life, lashes and slashes in life. They led same kind of life in full faith in Bhagavan. When this happens, what happens? What Baba said is this. There are many, many people we met. Many more we are going to meet. When once we are here, when once we come under the influence of Bhagavan, not necessarily physical, not necessarily physical, the very thought of Bhagavan, the very name of Bhagavan, as you read his books, as you listen to his bhajans, what a tremendous change it happens. It is something like an iron, an ordinary metal, transforming into gold, transforming itself into gold. That is the purpose of an ashram. That's why Swami calls you Bangaru, Bangaru, Bangaru. He wants every one of us to be gold. That is true transformation. When am I going to be gold? When? Nobody can tell you. Simple example. There's stream of water. Water is flowing. There are stones that have blocked the flow of water. Stones, boulders have blocked the flow of water. What I am supposed to do is remove the blocks, remove the stones, water will flow automatically. The divinity is within you naturally. The blocks of ego, the blocks of attachment, the blocks of pride, possessiveness, these are the blocks which are actually hindrances. They block the way of the overflow of the divinity within. Water is already waiting. Water is ready to flow any moment. So this kind of stay, the kind of life in ashram, to remove these obstacles, blocks, which prevent the flow of divinity within our lives. People say Iha and Para. Iha and Para. Iha this life, Para life next. What does Baba say about it? Para, life after, depends upon Iha, life here. Para is not different at all. The moment when you are blissful, the moment when you are joyful, the moment you celebrate your life, it is very paradise. It is very heaven on earth. You don't need to go to the other shore. This shore is that shore is this shore. Other shore is this shore only. That's why Prashanti Nilayam is abode of peace. Abode of peace, abode of bliss. There is no word separate for peace. Peace. No. Swargamanaga veru deshamondana ledu. Paradise is not located at any place. Narula lokamandamariundu. It is very here on earth. Therefore, we have to realize it. And we should not think that something is going to happen. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. If at all anything is to happen, it should happen here, now. That's the reason why in the beginning I brought to your attention, you find eternity in every moment of life. Moments are not sequential. Every moment is eternal, eternity. And they should ignite that latent divinity within every one of us. What is to be done now? We have to cultivate that kind of trust. Long back we thought of these three levels: the belief, faith, and trust. The difference between these three, well, I mentioned to you long back. But let me say something about the trust. What is the trust? Trust is unshakable. Beliefs may change. As I gave an example, long back it was belief that no one should go abroad. If anyone crosses the ocean, it is Chandala Yoga. That was the belief. Today, if you don't go, it is Parama Chandala Yoga. We have changed. And long back it was believed a girl should get married at the age of 8. Manudharma Shastra. Ashta Varshet Bhavet Kanyam. Today, if you perform marriage after the 8, you will be behind the bars. Beliefs change. But the trust will not change. Unshakable. Is that so? Yes, it is. How is it possible? When there is no doubt, trust is already there. Swami was speaking on this trust. Somehow he made me say a few words on that. Just I said, love first, trust next. Everybody clapped, very good. Because every time we say, Bhagavan said, well, good. Love first, trust next. Immediately Swami said, Anil Kumar said, love first, trust next, he is wrong. Very good. Everybody clapped again. Then he started explaining. Little child has all the trust on the mother. No idea of love, trust, total trust. So don't say the love first, you are wrong. Good. I'm happy that I'm wrong. And then the second statement was experience first, faith next. Swami said, Anil Kumar is wrong. Again, every point. Very good, I am wrong, good. Because it makes Swami to come out of the point so that will add to our knowledge. Immediately said, if we don't have faith that you would return safely from the market, you will never step out of your house. If we don't have faith that you will drive well, you will never get into the car at all. Faith first, experience next. Like that, every statement, he is wrong, he said it. In my course of talk, I said, Swami said. Later he said, Anil Kumar said. This went on for some time. And there at the dining table, Yemi, do you feel offended? What I said was, Swami, I said what Swami said then. I repeated what Swami said now. I never said anything. I have nothing to say on my own. I said what you previously said. I'm just saying what you are saying now. I don't get into the picture. So, the point, what I would like to draw your attention is this. When one's doubts are dropped, trust is there. You are not going to buy trust. There's one gentleman by name, a great scholar, Deepala Piche Shastri from Nellore. Swami, నాకు విశ్వాసం లేదు, ఏం చేయమంటారు? I have no trust, what shall I do? What did Swami say? మన పిచ్చే శాస్త్రికి విశ్వాసం లేదంటున్నాడు, బయట ఏ అంగళ్ళలో అమ్ముతారో చెప్పండి, కొనుక్కొస్తాడు. He says he has no trust. Please show him the shop where the trust is sold. He will buy few kilos or liters of trust. You are born with trust. But what comes in the way is the doubts in the course of our time. And this trust cleanses our heart. Trust is the process of cleansing one's own part. We really appreciate the gracious presence of Chakravarti Garu and also Prasadara Garu for their gracious presence. Thank you very much, sir.